So I just pulled a bunch of photos off of Facebook that I really don't show too often, and I figured we could go over them and talk about them. So this is a photo of me and my daughter. I was 2 months in recovery. Here's basically the same day. This photo is roughly around the same time. At that time, my arms were just starting to heal. So I used those temporary tattoos to cover up as much of my scars and, my rough skin as possible. I was about a month in recovery here. You can literally see I had just been through a horrible battle. I was roughly a month in recovery here. That wasn't too far away from the other photo. This is me a couple weeks in recovery. I got clean October 16th, and this was Halloween. This was towards the end of my addiction. I was on MAT. I wasn't using as much as I was. This was right after I got on MAT. This was the day before I got on MAT. This was like 3 days before I got on MAT. This was the same day as the last photo. I was in Walmart buying the stuff that you seen me wearing. This is roughly May 2019. I'm still at the dude's house that held me captive. I don't think I was living there at the time, but I'm pretty sure I was still back and forth between the toxicity. Because this is when I escaped him. And I was living at Ruth's house at this time. We had to hide me out, like, really far away from the hood because the dude that had me captive was, stalking me. Now, this is about a year prior to that last one. This was when that guy offered to let me stay with him. He bought me a pair of shoes, and this is me showing off the shoes because I hadn't had a brand new pair of shoes in years. I had a fridge with some food in it. Like, I was stoked. So I took a picture of the fridge and posted it on Facebook. I'm assuming because it was a $21 steak, I was like stoked. Like, oh my God, I got steak. And clearly, I was just so happy to have food, dude. Me and my cantaloupe, I literally circled the cantaloupe and posted it on Facebook. So these photos, the last few, were from May 2018 because I bought this for my daughter's birthday. This was the beginning of 2017. This is when I was completely on the streets and had been for about 2 years. That's me on the stroll on Davison. I thought I was cute because I had a Louis bag. It was probably fake, but... And this is me posted up at the gas station at Mound in Davison. This was a pumpkin from Halloween 2016. So yeah, this would have been 2016. I'm going to jump back to this photo because if you notice, this was the house that's like completely abandoned that I show quite often. Like, it used to be a house. This was me and Sam at the hospital when I had endocarditis and I was receiving heavy IV antibiotics because I had a bunch of infections. I had a blood infection, I had a heart infection, I had a bone infection, I had a lung infection. This is a photo of Sam. This is like the first time we literally ate in days. They had to do 2 different IVs. That's the second one. This is a photo I used to give to people when they used to try to creep and get, like, free photos. I'd just be like, dude, I took a screenshot of the photo and my the battery's too low to be started. I used to play that all the time, and I would use this exact photo. So my buddy AJ drew me this. It's supposed to be me. Unfortunately, he passed away. I still have this photo, or this drawing. It's on my wall, but it's in very rough shape right now. This was summer 2016. There's my necklace that's literally in that last photo. Unfortunately, that was my favorite necklace like I've ever owned, and I lost it in a struggle with a drug dealer. It got ripped off my neck. So here goes Sam. He was like fresh out of jail, and oh my gosh, I got arrested shortly after this, and when I went to jail, my bunkie was like, oh my God, because I knew my bunkie. She's like, oh my God, I seen you in Sam's photos. She was like, the neighborhood was falling down around you guys. I was dead. Here's some random things. that me and Sam tried to sell. That was bond money to get Sam out of jail. These were the letters between me and Sam while he was in jail. This was me saving up to get him out. This is me out of jail all by myself, looking lost. So that was Sam's mugshot, and that was my mugshot. I got out before Sam that time. This was me trying to, figure out life. So this was right before we got arrested. I just like this photo. It's very cute. It's like the lined one. This is me super duper screwed up on the couch, and Sam took a photo. This was the day before I ended up doing a whole year in jail. We are at 2014 now? Yeah, 2014. September 2014. This was August 2014, right after we moved out of the motel into my friend's house, which that only lasted like a week and a half. This is me and Sam at the motel, and that's when we ended up getting his phone out of the pawn shop, and we were happy. Me and Sam just chilling at the hotel. Now, this was the beginning of 2014, and I had just gotten out of jail. So we decided to find a random apartment complex with a pool and crash it. And that's exactly what we did. And this very day was the first time I ever overdosed. This was probably about 45 minutes before I overdosed the first time. So I was looking a little bit more, and me and Sam are in the bathroom. This was probably about 20 minutes before I overdosed ever for the first time. This was around August 2014, and I was extremely sick in this photo. This is the beginning of me and Sam's relationship, and this was March 2014. So this was right after I had laid down on the floor for 10 days and detoxed, and as soon as I felt better, I was sick for about 10 days that time. I don't understand it. Never been sick that long off of heroin, because it was heroin back then. But I was sick. I might have had the flu too, who knows. But I literally went and got high the second I was done feeling sick. But this was around the time right after I left Danny. And this is when I moved in with Sam, and this is when I was loving on his cat. So take it back to 2013, summertime. This is me standing on the stage off of John Arne State Fair. And around this time, I had started using almost daily. During this time, I wasn't using every day quite yet. But this is the first day I was ever dope sick. This is my birthday, my 21st birthday. And I had to leave the bar because I was so dope sick. So I believe I was passed out drunk in the bathroom, but I was happy. It's just another random photo of me a little bit before I became dependent on opiates. Don't shoot! And this was the days where I was able to use on occasions and stop. I actually had to look at this photo for a minute because I thought it was Emma Stone off of Zombieland. I'm like, is this me? Yeah, Janine, you look like Emma Stone, I forget. And this was back when everything made sense. I was 19 years old. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want more of those, let me know and I'll make more.